Welcome back. Alphabet sharply lowered today after a report that the EU is set to bring charges against the company. Reuters reporting that EU regulators are investigating whether Google violated the Digital Markets Act by discriminating against competitors. Deirdre Bosa has a deeper look in today's Tech Check. Hi, Dee.
Hey, good morning, Morgan. So a few years ago, investors might have ignored these antitrust headlines because of the long process of appeals and largely toothless penalties. Less so is the case today, though, as the lawsuits pile up, especially for Alphabet, and as the consequences really become a lot more material. The European DMA allows fines of up to 10% of a company's global annual revenue. Now, most of mega-cap tech is lower today and can't help but notice the stark contrast from Chinese tech. The K-Web basket is up more than 3% on today's session and up nearly 22% from the January 27th DeepSeek sell-off here that turned into a real boom for Chinese names. Now, it raised the idea that the biggest winners may not be the ones building the most powerful AI, but the ones who figure out how to scale it smartly, cost-effectively, and at the right time. China is now very much in that game, thanks to a new method of model building called distillation. Here's how it works. A leading tech company like OpenAI or Google invests years and millions of dollars developing a top-tier AI model from scratch. They feed it massive amounts of data, harness huge amounts of compute, and then they fine-tune it into one of the most advanced models on the market. Then a smaller team swoops in. Instead of starting from scratch, they train a smaller model by pummeling that larger model with questions and using that to train its own smaller, more specialized model. So by capturing the advanced model's reasoning and responses, they create a model that is nearly as capable, but much faster, more efficient, and far less resource intensive. That is how DeepSeek caught up with its Western counterparts, and it's also how Alibaba, one of the biggest winners of recent weeks, built its latest Qwen model that has outperformed top models from OpenAI and Google. This is a more pragmatic strategy. Chinese AI companies, they're rapidly iterating good enough models while the incumbents battle rising costs and, in Google's case, more regulatory scrutiny. Now, the first approach, it focuses on scalability and adoption. The second chases glory as well. So which do investors reward? We may be seeing that in the Chinese market. This is a shift that Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella alluded to earlier this week in a great podcast when he was asked if he would spend hundreds of billions of dollars on compute to compete on the frontier. He said he was taking a more balanced approach because there will be overbuild, he says, and he's happy to lease capacity to serve the next big model, not necessarily build it. Our latest Tech Check take is out today, guys. It breaks down the different approaches that are emerging thanks to distillation, which is proving to be the most disruptive force in artificial intelligence. You can check it out on CNBC.com/TC Takes, and it's going to be up on YouTube in about 12 minutes from now, guys.